Hi there and welcome to the Dawn Show. Dawn Stensland-Menti here. Today, all the things you need to know about interior designing wisely, and that's the key. My guest knows all about it. Donna Hoffman is the interior design advocate. The advocate is in the house. So
Good
thanks
to
for
be here, Dawn.
it's
Good
great
to
to have
see
you here. And we match. We do
do.
coordinate
It's all
a little
about
bit.
the look, right?
And I love that your son, your teenage son, is a designer. And I love we have to get Brett a shout out.
A shout out for the necklace he designed for me just for today's show.
It's
That's
gorgeous.
Right. Yeah.
So a talented family.
Thanks.
So first of all, you talk about not falling off the designer fiscal cliff.
That's right.
What do you mean by that?
You know, it's expensive when you start investing in design, whether you're doing a single room or an entire home, and we see so much waste when people come to us to have us help them in their projects. So there's a wise way to approach design, and there are some no-nos as well as some great things that you should do, whether you're working solo or working with a pro like me or a wonderful designer in your area.
So take me through it. You have your shopping list of what to do, the tips here.
Sure. Number one, we don't want anyone falling off the interior design fiscal cliff ever. Do not walk into a furniture store unless you have a set floor plan and a set budget. If you can help it, I'd love to see you hire a designer, an ideal designer in your area who can really kind of be your advocate and show you how to spend wisely when it comes to spending down that budget and putting that budget into the wisest, biggest bang for the buck area. Do you put your money into your sofa in a family room, or do you put it into your coffee table? I'm going to vote sofa.
Because that's, of course, something that you're going to have hopefully for many, many years.
Not only that, I want you to have all of it for many years, but you know, your sofa takes a lot of weight. You, your husband, your kids, and the dog. That could be 600 pounds pounding on this poor thing made of wood and cushion. The more money you put into that product, you get what you pay for.
And you actually brought some props here. Can we show this?
I did. Yes. You know, a question I
Donna's
get.
props.
My props. Thanks to the Kravitz showroom for lending these to me. I get the question: what's the difference between a $1,000 sofa and a $4,000 sofa? And the differences are huge. But a lot of it's what you can't see as a consumer. A lot of it is what happens on the inside. If you look at this cushion I have, Dawn,
okay,
there are springs inside. This is a seat cushion cut away. You've got springs inside, followed by a layer of foam, and then on top of that can be more foam, or it can even be down and feather. That's the $4,000 seat cushion. If you look at a $1,000 seat cushion, it will all just be foam, and foam will compress over time. So after 2 or 3 years, does that sofa look like it's been, living in a frat house? Not that there's anything wrong with a frat house, but do you want to replace that sofa in 3 years or 4 years? I'm going to say probably not. You'll want to move on to some other expenditures.
And what about the fabrics for that? I mean, a lot of people go with leather because they feel like it's going to last forever.
Depends on the leather. Depends if there are pets at home. As your mother told you, you get what you pay for. That is never truer than when you're investing in furnishings for your home. You want performance, not just beauty. My job as a designer is to make sure it's beautiful. But as the design advocate, I also have to make sure that you're getting the quality and performance that you expect. And that's where you get what you pay for in the furniture game.
And let's take a look. You have a floor plan.
Sure. When I say don't go into a furniture store without a plan, it's like going food shopping when you're hungry. You shouldn't do it. You have to know what you're putting into that room. These are a couple of different floor plan options we showed to a client, Dawn, so they could make their decision. And once they chose their actual plan, here are different options, we knew what our shopping list was. Once we had an approved plan, we had a shopping list, then we went to everyone's least favorite task, which is making the budget. Do not walk into a furniture store until you have a budget, and I mean line by line by line. What's my sofa budget, my 2 chairs, my coffee table, my sofa table, my ottomans, my rug?
This reminds me of whenever I talk about, whether it's dieting, losing weight, getting in shape, you need a plan. And it's the same thing for your home, because this is where you live, this is your haven.
And you invest a lot of dollars in that home. Everyone thinks the battle's over when you take possession of the keys at closing time, but then you live in that home and you're paying a lot out of pocket to fill that home.
And one of the things you said in there, I'm losing my voice, was don't rely on a single source. Don't walk in a showroom and say, we'll take it all,
right.
Impulse buying.
Yeah, and designers, we never do that. We always look for the best resource. Who does the best sofas? Who does the best tables? If you're working with a furniture store as a do-it-yourselfer, be willing to walk out of that store. They may not do everything well, and they may not tell you, hey, the guys down the block have that coffee table at a better price or better look for you for your project. So we actually brought a picture along of a beautiful conservatory we did, And in that conservatory, I probably used about 8 different resources, from more mid-priced resources into some better resources, because that's who that customer was, who that client was. They were not interested in anything other than better quality.
I have a girlfriend that she actually found at a yard sale or something, this gorgeous old-fashioned bathtub. The old, whatever it is, cast iron or whatever,
exactly.
and had it redone. It's something that's gorgeous, and it's their favorite thing that they talk about. But she got it on a great sale, but she knew what the quality was.
Right. In fact, at the Interior Design Advocate, we interviewed a bunch of furniture experts, some of whom had to remain anonymous so they wouldn't get sued because they were giving us the real skinny. But one of them made a great point. He said, if you are really on a tight budget and you're looking to purchase a great, wonderfully built sofa, look in a resale shop. Get something that perhaps is a little older but has a real solid frame, and reupholster that. You'll end up with something that will have cost less than if you purchase new in a better sofa with that solid frame.
That's great advice.
Yes, it's all about the frame. It's all about the stuff you can't see.
And I think we have a picture of the red chairs, right?
I worked with this wonderful young married couple. They were delicious, and they had a really tight budget, and so we had to shop at entry-level priced furniture stores. And they spent about $400 on this armchair, which sounds like a lot of money, and $400 is a lot of money, Dawn. It's not a lot of money for an upholstered chair. And if you saw in that picture how squiggly the back of that chair looked, that's low-end manufacturing. That's something that was made overseas quickly by less skilled labor, which is why it only cost $400. But then you saw what was happening. It was pretty cattywampus looking, yeah.
That's a shame.
It was a shame, and they were frustrated, and I felt frustrated for them when it arrived.
And I love one of your points, don't be bullied, because sometimes the salespeople can really pressure you.
Yes, salespeople, or heaven forbid, an interior designer. You need to know who you are in design. I always recommend that people pull images of things that they like. So this is not how I want you to do it. This is a file of just torn sheets. Don't do it that way, but if you're looking through magazines, I want you to start a little book for yourself and put them into a nice organized sectioned binder. Living room images, dining room images, fireplace images, window images, whatever it is, so that you have a point of reference for yourself, but also for the design professional you're using, so you can't be bullied and told, oh, but this is the latest look. Yeah, but this is what I like.
Right.
This is who I am in
Be
design.
strong.
Yes, exactly.
We have so much more to talk about. We'll be right back here on The Dawn Show.